Albert?
So, about 2 weeks ago, Jordi sent me this email that I was assigned to find the policy solutions for this. So I would like to thank Jordi for leaving me the easy part.
As you see, everybody complains.
I will have to leave quickly after 4, so no time for too much argument. So so this is the main message I want to give. So I was thinking for these 2 weeks about what would be the solutions, and I think I have a general feeling that we don't quite understand everything that's been going on. There are some issues that have been discussed, and these are the issues that are kind of known, but it's not clear, as has been said, why the CDS holdings by the credit default swaps holdings by some insurance companies, or why the mortgage-backed securities, and these few elements that we do know, why today the market went down by 10% again this morning. It's very difficult to put all these together, and perhaps we should know a little bit more before saying what should be done. So I'm just going to talk about, go very quickly about many of the things that have already been said. We didn't coordinate. I don't see the other 3 panelists that often, so we didn't coordinate at all, but a lot of what has been said obviously is here. There have been 3 issues. There have been 3 issues that everybody talks about. One is bank failures, and when I say bank, I mean financial firms. This would include insurance companies like AIG or ING. So throughout, when I say bank failures, I mean I include these. Then there's been a stock market, very marked stock market decline, and then there is the issue of recession, which is a very real issue here in Spain, but everybody was thinking this was going to happen anyway, and whether this will bring about a global recession of some sort. These are related issues, but they are different, and when we talk about what policy measures we take, we should think about which of these issues we're trying to address. No? So in terms of the bank failures, it seems that the reason that a lot of these failures happened were because risks were very badly assessed. I think all 3 panelists, especially Jose, have been very clear about how bad expectations in the market were how badly formed, how unrealistic these expectations were, and one of the issues that this has happened because all the actors were benefiting from it in the short run, right? So in the short run, banks were benefiting from having a lot of mortgage business, a lot of from buying and selling these securities that were basically insuring one risk or other from credit. 2 weeks ago, Ken Singleton was at the Autónoma. He has been working about credit default risk for about 10 or 15 years. And he was saying that until now, people who were participating in equity markets didn't want to really listen about credit default risks. But now, in the last few conferences where he gave a talk and there were equity market traders, they were listening very, very carefully because this has been the problem. So what's new is that the problems came from assets that were supposed to be safe. They were supposed to have a small probability of failure, but this small probability was realized. In the case of mortgage-backed securities, it seems the low probability of failure was just dissipated through the information system by the buying and selling of mortgage-backed securities. In the case of credit default swaps, that the insurance companies, AIG and ING, I guess, were holding, probably the problem was that these companies did not evaluate, did not distinguish between a systemic risk and an idiosyncratic risk. And there have been other default risks that have been badly assessed. So what can we do about this? Well, there are some long-run measures that could be taken. Credit rating agencies obviously have done a very bad job. This is very bad. Credit rating is one of the things that took a very long time to develop these confidence in these ratings. This is kind of gone now. I have no idea what will replace it, but I think 3 days ago, some rating company was putting Banco de Bilbao as one of the safest, highly undervalued stocks. This was 3 days ago. And in 3 days, this is now completely different. Something is going wrong about the advice, financial advice that's being given. And this is at all levels. I mean, just to go at the other extreme now, let me talk about the woman from Ecuador who was taking care of my grandmother when she was sick, and she was full-time taking care of an elderly person. This woman had a very precarious job because my grandmother was 95. So she had clearly very low education, very high probability of losing her job. The office at the Caja de Ahorros encouraged her to take one mortgage for her house, and she took this huge mortgage for a very small apartment. And then the Caja de Ahorros office encouraged her to take a second mortgage for another apartment for her children. So this bad advice has been going on all over the system, and it's so what will people trust from now on? It's not clear, but it should be clear that whoever gives advice is responsible, and this is This is something I don't know how this can be done, but measures should go into this direction. Another issue is to revise managers' incentives. This picture that Jose had on all the network and how it was in everybody's short-run interest, very short-term interest, to keep believing in higher and higher house prices and stock prices and everything. This was obviously wrong. In the long run, this is going to not work. But I want to believe that these people were not stupid. They knew there was a big risk, but their incentives were just too based in the short run.